right, hello everyone. This is Mr. Zagari from the Underground Bunker.
And I'm Mr. O'Hagan in the second floor Situation Room, and you're in the APUSH Underground.
And yes, welcome to the APUSH Underground. And this was previously called Zag's APUSH, but we've rebranded the YouTube channel. So if you do a Google search about it, that may come up. Just know that that's what it was previously called. But this is now the APUSH Underground, our new YouTube channel for all things AP US history. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to give you a quick overview of the channel and how you should be using this channel to help you score a 5 on your APUSH exam come, I believe it's May 6th, 2022. So let's get started.
Sounds good.
All right, Mr. O'Hagan, you're up.
So what we have on the channel are a series of different videos that really are designed to do different things. By and large, these are materials that you could use as a preview. So when we start a unit, you could watch the video to kind of give you the preview of what's coming, or you could use it as a review. So certainly, a day or two before the exam. And Zags and I always give you plenty of notice as to when your test is coming. So if you know you have a test on Tuesday, maybe this is your Sunday night activity to do a little bit of that planning. Not saying that you have to, but I don't know about you, Zags, but a viewing party of APUSH videos sounds pretty cool.
I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people have smart TVs at home. So what better way to view this with a notebook, a Ticonderoga 2 number pencil, some friends, some popcorn, and a big screen? I mean, come on, folks.
The only thing that's missing would be the APUSH Underground merch, and we're still a little ways away from really getting on that one, but we're thinking about it. We got to figure that one out. So don't get too excited.
Remember, we got to get the subscribers up. We got to get the views up because I need my World War II Jeep.
Yeah, yes, he does.
We need YouTube stars.
So one of the things that Zags and I want to make sure that we're clear on is that these are not videos that are going to substitute for what we do in class on a day-to-day basis. It's not reteaching. It's not for, introducing a topic. It's really more as we said, either a preview or a review. And some of the materials, some of the videos are 25 minutes, maybe even a half an hour. So those are really the ones that you're going to use prior to a test. Some of the videos tend to be a little shorter. Maybe we could move to the next slide and we'll kind of introduce some of those. So one of the other features that we've added is something we're calling APUSH on the road. And this is where Zags and I, in our various travels around Long Island and around the country, are looking to kind of highlight American history in the places where it happens. So Mr. Zagari and I actually went to the Museum of the American Revolution in Philadelphia, which was just a terrific museum.
Awesome.
And we put together a video that kind of walks you through some of the exhibits. Mr. Zagari went on a family vacation in Washington, D.C., did an excellent video looking at, for example, the monuments of Franklin Roosevelt, the Lincoln Memorial, and who did I forget? And Martin Luther King's Martin Luther King Memorial. I went to East Setauket and visited the spy ring that George Washington set up in Setauket. So these are really more about enrichment. And like many of the things that are kind of rolling around in the minds of your crazy APUSH teachers, this might be something that we have you do over the course of the year, maybe as an assignment, maybe post-AP, we figure out how to have you guys do your own APUSH on the road segment, and maybe it's a post-AP project. So we're hoping you not only enjoy it, but it then inspires you when you're doing a family vacation and you hit a historical site. Maybe you put together a little video, and that's something we'll talk about as the year goes on. Let's roll to the next slide.
Okay, and then I'll pick this up here with our learning objectives. And what you're going to see, folks, in every one of our videos in the description box, you're going to see just a brief overview of what the video is going to be about, a little bit of context. Mr. O'Hagan and I are context guys, which we'll get into later. But yes, you're going to see a brief overview of the video. You're going to see websites that will help you with that enrichment. You're going to see possibly books and other types of historical attributes of that nature to enrich it. But then you're also going to see the learning objectives in the description box. And these learning objectives are not only in the description box for each video that coincides with the video's content, but then you'll also see these learning objectives on every unit packet that you receive in class. So these learning objectives are going to pop up basically from, through the entirety of the course. So it's something that you really should get used to seeing. So you'll see a link here, and we're going to add this PowerPoint to the description box. This course description is from College Board, and each of the learning objectives, the way that College Board breaks down the course is into time periods, which we've talked about, 1 through 9, and then breaks it down into topic, so each topic area and the key concepts, but also learning objectives. And they're big overarching questions that run throughout the course of that unit. And it gives you a great handle. If you could answer these questions as you're going through the unit, then you should be confident that you have a good handle on the content. Moreover, what you're starting to see here is what we have in this PowerPoint presentation is that in the black font, we have the learning objective from each individual topic. And then in red, you see the question from College Board from the 2021 exam, and these are both from LEQs that were given on this past year's exam. So these learning objectives directly, College Board directly uses these learning objectives to springboard themselves into the types of questions that they're going to be using throughout on their exams for LEQs and DBQs as well. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting together a shared document of all the learning objectives as we go through the videos, so that you'll have a nice Google slide, not a slide deck, but a Google Doc that will help you just kind of organize all those learning objectives. And that's something that we're working on right now.
And
so,
if I could pop in for a second, Zags, too, one of the things that both Zags and I agree with, we don't want you to, get knee deep reading over learning objectives every night, or studying them before big tests, that's not the point. At the same time, the more familiar you are with the language of those learning objectives, the less you will ever be thrown when you get one of these questions on the exam. Because as Zags just pointed out, and it's right there in black and red, they're pulling the exam. They're not reinventing the wheel here, gang. They are pulling that learning objective and switching a word or term here and there and creating a question right out of that. Instead of explain the effects, it's evaluate the extent, right? So they're taking what they've already created and transitioning right into a question for you.
And I like the second one here. We always, kids always struggle with evaluate the relative importance. And what does that mean? What does that language mean? And basically that's a ranking. That's a ranking question. Which are the most important causes of reform between 1800 and 1848 is what that question is basically asking us. So the more familiar you are with the language that College Board is asking you, the way it almost just decompresses you as you're reading through the questions on the exam in May.
Okay, let's get to our next slide, because we don't want this video to be too long for us.
No. And then we have here is the way that the channel is organized. And the videos are going to be organized in playlists. So for every unit or for every test topic that we're going to have, I'm going to organize the channel as a playlist. So any types of unit reviews or APUSH on the road videos that coincide with a certain unit will all be put together in one playlist for you to access. So you'll be able to say, okay, I'm going to watch videos on colonial America. So I'm going to go to that Unit 1, Unit 2 video, and I'm going to look at a playlist, and I'm going to look at all those videos on the playlist, the 2 videos on the playlist. And again, sometimes the unit topics, and don't get bogged down with unit topics, or like Mr. O'Hagan said before with learning objective, don't get bogged down with worrying about which unit topic is with what, because sometimes they overlap each other, and the way that the curriculum kind of navigates itself, it goes off course a bit. So don't get bogged down with that, but just know that for every topic that we do, everything that you will be tested on throughout the course of the year in our normal unit tests will be put together as a playlist, and every video that is on the channel, that coincides with that content topic will be put in together as a playlist. So that will help you, obviously for, like we said in the beginning, pre-teaching or studying. And then the on the road stuff is great enrichment. Could add to those outside information for a DBQ.
All right, guys, so that's our introduction for our APUSH Underground YouTube channel, and we're confident that you're going to get a lot of use out of it over the course of the year. It's going to continue to grow as Zags and I add more videos to it. And as we said, hopefully maybe during the year, when we get things a little more settled, we'll figure out maybe to have a student playlist, depending on topics, right? I mean, there's a lot of opportunities here. So we hope
if anybody has any ideas of content or anything they would like to see on the channel, just let one of us know.
Sounds good. All right, guys. APUSH Nation, we will see you soon. Stay well, and may the force be with you.